I think my I will share my screen also. See, my screen is visible. So please respond whether are you able to see my screen or not. Hello. So are you getting my voice?
Yeah,
Yeah, sure.
sure. Yeah,
Yeah,
we can see
we can
the
see the
screen actually.
okay, okay. So I
Screen is
will
visible.
okay. So do you know about the VS Code? Srikanth, do you know about the do you have any idea about the VS Code?
No, Shiva, no, Shiva.
Okay, okay. I will tell you how to do that. So it is like a simple one. So you can go to the any browser. So you can go to any browser and search for VS Code. Search for VS Code, download. So and the website name is VS Code, code.visualstudio.com. Then you can click on the download here at the top right, or you can click on the Windows. So if you are using the Windows or if you are using the Mac, you can download on the Mac. So after that, it will after the download will come, but you can click on this and you can install it. So you don't need to change anything. So while downloading the VS Code, so you can click on the next like that, and after that click on the finish. It will create. So after that, so it will open a application like this. So you have to create a folder, and you have to create a folder like this by using this right click or anything, and you can open that folder. So by using the select, so that we are able to open that folder directly in the VS Code. Okay. So please respond whether you are able to understand or not.
Okay,
Okay,
sure.
sure.
I'm good.
So like it is very easy. So go to the VS Code website, click on download. So after that, create open this file, open folder. So it will you can select your PC and select the drive. Then click on the right click and create a folder. So and you can select that folder and click on the select folder. So then that folder will we are able to open that folder in the VS Code. So now I have opened a front-end thought batch course. Okay. So this folder I have opened. So for creating here I want to create a JavaScript folder. So for the JavaScript. So you can create a HTML folder if you want. So here we are learning the JavaScript. That's why we are creating this JavaScript file. So inside the JavaScript file, I want to create a folder like a basics. So basics are introduction, and inside the introduction, so like underline is coming, right? So click on the right click on this, create a file like index.html. So you can create. So now what we are doing. We are creating a HTML file here. So with the help of this .html. So whenever you want to create any HTML file, so the last first of all we need to create the file name. So we need to write the file name. So whether it is index or whatever want name that you want. So after that, at the end you need to use like a .html. So it means that here we are able to see like a less than greater than. So it means like a HTML file. So for creating a JavaScript file, so here it is also like a simple. So we can create any name that we want. So but then at the end we need to use .js extension. So it means like it is like a JavaScript file. So if you see here, we are able to see a create HTML and JavaScript files. So I'll click on here, and we can click on this with the help of this shift exclamation. So we are getting this basic boilerplate code of the HTML. So for like in your case, if you are using the VS Code for the first time, this may or may not will come. So for that, you need to download some extensions. So which are HTML boilerplate code, boilerplate. So it is like HTML boilerplate is there, right? So this, so I have already installed this one. So that's why it is showing uninstall. So if it is in your case, it will show the install. So you can click on the install button. So I have already downloaded this extension. So with the help of the extension, after pressing shift exclamation, I'm getting this basic HTML code. So like a doc type HTML, HTML tags, head and the body tag. So which are like a basic ones. And you need to download another extension like a live server. You can click on the extensions and it will open. So click on the live server. So here I have downloaded this live server. So you can download anyone, it will work. So but I have downloaded this one. So like it is showing uninstall like this. So after downloading this extension, in the bottom, in the right side, so you are able to see like go live. So when clicking on the go live, we are able to directly run the HTML file. So like I am doing the same here. So I'm keeping the screen side by side. So I don't need to open again these tabs again and again. So since I am keeping the things side by side, so I'm writing click on the go live. So now like the HTML file is started. So you don't need to do anything for starting the web page. So you can click on the go live directly, and it will open the document. So and after that you can write the like a JavaScript introduction or anything in the title. So whatever we write in the title, so that will come in the tab name. So JavaScript introduction. So here I have mentioned in the title JavaScript introduction. So the same is coming here, JavaScript introduction. So now I want to create a H1 tag like introduction. So let us see. So we are able to see the introduction in the HTML. So we have not used this JavaScript file, right? So we have created our JavaScript file, but we have not used this JavaScript file. So before before using the JavaScript file, let us know what is JavaScript and why we are using. Okay. So are able to understand these things.
Yes, Shiva.
Yes. And Vaishnavi?
Yes, sure.
Yes. Okay. So like with the help of the HTML, we are able to create. So with the help of the HTML, we are able to create so basic HTML like whatever the content that was created. So we are not able to change, right? So even if I created the like 100 lines of code or anything, so we are not able to create. So we are not able to change the things, right? So if I created H1 tag and some text, so here it is like a random text. So I will explain again. So like lorem is like a random text. So if I am typing 10, so then 10 words will come, random words will come. So if I am writing 30, lorem 30, it will create 30 random words. So in this way, lorem will work. So think it like you have created a web page with HTML. See, is there any thing if you want to change the introduction to JavaScript introduction? So is there any possibilities there to change the things dynamically? So we don't have anything. So again, we have to go to the code and we need to write again. And we need to like save the file. We need to deploy the file to the server. So then only like it will show change the output. So like with the help of the HTML, we are able to create the static web pages only. So we are not able to create the dynamic web pages. This means, so what are the content that we have written? So it is like the same content will be shown everywhere to everyone. So it is like a static web page. So with the help of the JavaScript, so we are able to manipulate or we are able to change this HTML. Then we are able to manipulate the CSS. So means we are able to maintain the CSS and HTML with the help of the JavaScript. So, and we can make our web pages dynamic. So, dynamic in the sense, so we can call any backend service and we are getting the data and we can show the data. So, depending upon whatever the operation we are doing. So, in this way, JavaScript will work. So, JavaScript is like a programming language for the web. So, it is running in the our browser only. So, in our browser only. So, that is the introduction about the JavaScript. Okay. So, it is like a simple introduction. So, with the help of the JavaScript, we are able to manipulate this HTML and CSS. And with the help of the JavaScript, we are able to create the dynamic web pages. Simple two things you need to keep in the mind for introduction. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Like how to link the JavaScript file or JavaScript to the HTML. So there are two ways are there. Like I'm removing this random text. So there are two ways to integrate our JavaScript to the HTML. The first one is the internal JavaScript, and second one is like a external JavaScript. So here external JavaScript is nothing but external JS file. So we have created this file, right? So introduction.js. So if you are using this file means we are using the external JavaScript file. So it is like a external JavaScript. So if you are using our JavaScript inside this HTML. So if you are writing any JavaScript inside the HTML, then it is like internal JavaScript. Okay, this point is clear.
Sure.
So first of all, we will learn about this script tags. Like with the help of the script tags, we are able to link the JavaScript file JavaScript to the HTML. So first of all, we will learn about the script tags, and then we will convert the script tags into the external JS files. So with the help of the script tags, we are able to, so like the script tags are there are so many tags that are available in the HTML. So like h1, p, h2, body, head. So likewise, we have also script tag, which is helpful to write the JavaScript. So and we have a style tag is also there. So style tag is used for writing the internal CSS in the same way. The script tag is used for writing the internal JavaScript. So let us see whether this JavaScript is working or not. So I'm writing a simple alert. So alert is like it will open a pop-up like this. Like how are you? So whatever we type inside this alert, so that will come in the output. So I'm refreshing the page. How are you? So it is showing. So it means that whenever I refresh the file, so at that time, so the code in HTML will execute line by line. So first of all, it will execute this one. So and it will execute the head section. So it will work like a line by line. So and after that, it will go to the script tags. So whatever is there in the script tag, it will execute. So it is like alert. So alert is nothing but it will create a pop-up. So and whatever we passing inside this alert, that will show in the alert section. So I'm clicking on OK. So and after that, it will go to the body and it will show the introduction and the p tag. So I'm refreshing the things again. So if you see here, so without clicking the OK, we are not able to see the introduction and the p tags. It means our JavaScript file is running first, and after that the HTML is running after that. Right? So if you are writing the script tags in the head, so is it okay? So there are different ways to include the script tags in HTML. So one in the head section, and we can keep the script tags inside the body also. So like there is no difference is running like this.
Okay.
We can use the script tags before the closing tag of the body. So it is like we are able to link our internal JavaScript. So these points are clear. So whatever we have learned. Hello.
Yes, sure.
Yes.
Yes, bro.
Okay, good. So now I want to, so for doing the comments in HTML or anything, you can directly press Control plus forward slash for commenting and commenting. So what are comments? So comments are nothing but, so if you are doing any if you are doing comment for any lines of code, so those lines of code will not exist and it will not show in the output. Okay, so like comments will work like this. So if you are writing anything inside the like inside the comments, so like these are like HTML comments, and we have written this script as this code will not exist. So I am commenting this one because I want to add the external JS file. So I'm using the script tags again with the script src. So it is like, so we are not doing anything. So or you can create a script tag and we can add the source for this. So why we are adding the source means we are adding a external JS file. So here in our case, like introduction.js, introduction.js. So in this way, we are able to link our JavaScript file to the HTML, and inside the alert, like in the JavaScript file, I'm using the same. How are you? So let us see whether it is working or not. Clicking on OK. How are you? Then our HTML is also loaded properly. So in this way, we can link the external JS files. Okay. So is it okay for you both?
Yes, sure. But we want to use in body itself, right?
So,
For linking.
so for linking the external file also, I think it will work in the head also. So like it is working
Okay.
fine. So, but thing is that there are some advantages and disadvantages are there. So I will tell
Okay.
those things also. So it is always better to use before the closing tag of the body. It means that our HTML will run first, and after that the JavaScript will work. And if you want to change anything, any content in the body, so since if you are using, like if you want to change this content, so before it was loaded, so JavaScript will not able to find this h1 tag or anything, so that it will not able to change. So but if you are using the script tags after at the end, so it means that HTML is already loaded, so we are able to change that content. So let us see that one also in the today class one. So it is always better to keep the script tags before the closing tag of the body. So and I will show you like what is the issue. Okay. So now I think you are able to understand the scripting tags and where to use the script tags. All right.
Yes, sure.
Yes. So now we will learn about different types of outputs, so that we can uh, showing output. So creating a folder like different types. So I'm creating another folder. So like I will close this one. So there are different ways to show the output in HTML. So I'm creating a file like index.html again. So it is like output.js, and we are creating another file like index.html. So since we have created our HTML and JS files, by using the shift exclamation, we are able to create the boilerplate code. So I'm writing showing output in different formats. So and with the help of the script tag, so I'm using the external script tag with the script src, or I have seen already, right? So we can add the src directly, and we can use this JavaScript file. So now like we are able to link this external JS file with this HTML. So let us see whether it is working or not. For checking purpose, we can use this alert. and we can stop the server, and we can click on the go live again, so that we are able to see the text. See in this file, see it means that our JavaScript is running properly, so linked properly. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Sure.
So there are different ways are there to show the output. So I'm creating a H1 tag. Different ways to show the out, output in HTML using JavaScript. So there are different ways to show the output. So like as it is linked properly, I don't want to use this alert again. So there are different ways to show the output in JavaScript using the JavaScript. I'm using a order list. So like as you have already know about this order list, I think. So inside the order list, I want to create a list. So like the first one is like a showing output on screen. So and the second one is like so I'm writing the contents, showing output in console. So I don't want to repeat the things. Screen, console. The third one is like a alert. The fourth one is like screen, console, alert, and right. And the fifth one is like a print. So there are different ways to show the output in using the JavaScript. Then we will learn all the things. Okay.
Okay.
So first of all, we will learn about the screen part. So different. So if you see here, like the different is showing the I have not written the spelling correctly, like a DIFFRENT. So now I'm changing this. I want to change this content. So it means whatever the it is displaying on the screen. So I want to change that content. So as we already know that with the help of the JavaScript, we are able to change the content, right? So we are able to manipulate the content of the HTML, and we are able to change the styles also with the help of the JavaScript. So I'm taking the ID as a title. So and I want to use this title. So on how to select this tag by using the JavaScript. So I'm writing a simple code like a document dot get element by ID. So like we are selecting this H1 tag by using the ID. So what is the name of the ID? Title. So and I want to keep something inside the HTML. So for that I'm writing inner HTML. So equal to, so whatever I want to write inside the title. Learning different ways to show the output in JavaScript or using JavaScript. So I'm writing a simple content. So learning different ways to show the output in JavaScript. So let us see the difference also. Like I'm refreshing that page. So if you see here, like we are able to change the content, right, by using this one. Document.get element by ID title. So it means that we are different ways to show the output using the JavaScript, like it has taken. So normally what is happening? So first of all, it is creating this different ways to show the output, and after that we are creating this order list, and after that link in the JavaScript file. So in the JavaScript file, so we are saying that, so we need to, in place of this HTML, so I want to keep this HTML, learning different ways to show the output using JavaScript. So if you see here for a like a milliseconds of time, so we are able to see the different content, like different. So as we already know that it is different, so we are able to identify.
when we will page refresh, then also showing this learning different ways.
So like we have without any function, so we have directly written the code. So it means that our JavaScript file executed. So these lines of code. So we have
Means
not.
only
So
learning
when
different ways to show the output. It will be show if we
so it
refresh
means that
also.
whenever the page loads, so the HTML will run the code line by line. So it means that it will run this line. So it will run the HTML, and after that it will run the head tag. So it will run all the things, and it will show the title also. And after that, when it comes to the body, so it will display the different ways to show the output using HTML first, and it will show the order list. And after that, we are changing this title using the JavaScript. So after like loading all the things only, we are changing the content. So means our JavaScript file will be executed, right? So all the things are executing. So here we are linking the JavaScript file. So this code will also execute. So here we are not writing any conditions or anything. So whatever the code inside the JavaScript will run. So with the help of this
Shiva,
code,
in output, we want to write everything, right? Document dot get element by ID.
so if you want to change any content, like so I want to change the content inside this title, right?
Yes.
So then how we can select this, like how we can say that? So with the help of this document.getElementById title. So it means that we are selecting this title, and we want to change this content. So like in the HTML, I want to add this content or change this content or modify this content.
Okay.
So and Vaishnavi, is it clear? So it means it is like a simple line of code. So this line of code will execute automatically.
Yes.
So normally this line of code will execute, but at the same time these lines are also execute, and the before, so whatever is there, so this will be overridden by this one. So you can see, so whenever I am refreshing, sometimes you are able to see the different content and it is changing, right? So but it is around 1 to 2 milliseconds of time maybe. Alright.
Okay.
So let us try to keep this thing. So let us try to keep the things in the head also. It will also work, right?
Yes.
So go to the console. So but it is showing the some reference error,
Profit.
and we are not able to see the things, right? So we can use the script tag in the head and the body also before the closing tag of the body. So if you are doing the using in the head section, then what will happen? So JavaScript will work first. So in the JavaScript, what I am telling, so document.getElementById title. So whatever the title is there in the HTML, so that HTML has to be changed with this content. So but is our HTML is loaded at that time. So HTML will execute line by line code. So like this H1, this different ways, this content is not loaded at that time. So it is not able to find this element. So cannot able to set properties on all setting inner HTML. It is giving the error, uncut type error. So it means it is not able to find this. It is not able to find the HTML, so that it is not able to change the content at that time. So after that,
You were saying that that line by line that code will be execute.
yes. So I
But
have already.
but first we are a script file. So in that script file we have passing that ID. So that ID is not. He will not get that ID first. Then that's why he's giving error, right?
That's right. Exactly right answer. So
Yes.
here at that time, after it is like working normally, like H1 tag with different ways to show output. So we are not able to change the content, right? So even though, so it is always better to keep the scripters before the closing tag of the body. So it means after running all the HTML, we are able to change the content or anything. So that's why we are keeping the script tags always before the closing tag of the body, so that no functionalities will be override or we are not getting any errors. So Srikanth, are you able to understand this one?
Yes, Shiva. Actually, we want to give at end of the body actually
Yes.
by finishing of the
Like all
statement.
the persons will tell that we have to use the script text before the closing tag of the body, but I am showing with the help of the proof. So like I'm explaining with a proof. Simple. Okay. So you
Yes,
need
Shiva.
to see
Okay.
the difference. Like if you are using the script text or if you are running the script text before HTML is loaded, so at that time we are not able to find. So since JavaScript is used to manipulate the HTML and JavaScript CSS, so it is not able to find the things. So that it will throw errors. So if you are using script text before the closing tag of the body, so it means that it will not show any error after running the JavaScript HTML only. So we are running the JavaScript file and we can change the content that we want. So it will not throw any error. It is always better to keep the script text before the closing tag of the body. This is the statement. Okay. So can I
Okay,
move to
Shiva.
the second point, like a console? So the console is also very simple. Console.log we need to write. So if you want to show the output in the console, so like in the how to open the console. So you can click on the you can keep the cursor on the screen, click on the right click, and last inspect is there. So then these tabs will open. So you can click on. There are several tabs are there. You can click on the console. This is the output in the console. So I'm writing as output like a good evening. So you can write any text inside this. So it will exit this one. So like good evening. So you can write anything here. Good evening, hi or good night or anything. So it will work. So we are able to see the output in the console also, right? So like it is also mentioning that it is getting the output from line number 3 from the output.js file. So it is the second way to see the output. Okay. So please respond fast so that we will move to the other topics.
Okay, Shiva.
So whenever I ask. Okay, Vaishnavi.
Yeah,
And
okay,
the,
Shiva.
Okay.
and the third one is like alert. Good morning. So alert is also like a simple console. So whatever we write inside the double quotes that is showing in the console, right? So in the alert is like it will open a pop-up and it will see the output. We can see the output in the alert also. So if you want to see the output in the alert, so we need to pass in the alert with the double quotes with a some string. So whatever we pass, so that thing will be displayed here. So this is the third way to show the output. So screen, console, and alert. Okay.
Okay, Shiva.
And the fourth one is like a
Okay.
write. So for using the write, we need to write window.write. Window.write. So I am writing like a simple text. So write will remove existing HTML and add the content that was passed in write. So like after like seeing the sentence, you are able to identify like you are able to understand, right? So it means that so what will write will do? So write will remove all the existing HTML content. So like we have already written some of the things, right? So if you are running these lines of code window.write, so it will remove all the previous existing HTML and it will show this output in the screen. So what window.write will do? So it will remove all the previous existing HTML. So like these lines of code, and it will and it will show this content only. So this will do window.write. So but here it will not work. Here it will not work. With the help of the functions, we are able to see this thing. So when we are learning the functions, I will tell more about this thing. So, but you can think like this. Window dot write will remove the existing HTML and adds the content that was passed in the write. In the write. Okay.
Okay.
So like I will show the output like here it is not removing
Okay, sure.
the content. So it is telling window dot write. So not window dot write, it is document dot get element by the. So I have to forget about this one. Document dot write. So not window dot write, it is document dot write. So you're able to see the output also, right? On the screen. Write will remove the existing HTML and add the content. But here the device existing HTML is not removing, but I will prove this concept, prove this line of code also, how it will remove. So with the help of the functions, we are able to achieve this functionality. So let us think that window.write will remove the, if anyone asks what is document.write, so you can say like it will remove the previous existing HTML and it will add the content that whatever you pass inside the write. So I think this line of code also done. So and the last one is like a window dot print. So like here are with the help of the print. So we can print the document also by in this window dot print. So we can show the output in the window dot print format also. So it is like a simple one. So after writing window dot write, it means that so we are able to download this one also. So I can download. So I can save this on the like a desktop. So like a prod batch. Click on the save. So let us see whether it is saved or not. So clicking on this, we want to open with Google Chrome. So we are able to see the output, right? It's in the print format, like a PDF. So I'm deleting this one. Okay. Hello.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So and this concept is also completed, like showing the outputs in different formats. These are the 5 formats are there, and we have completed those things also. So I'm closing these files again. So after seeing these lines of code, so what you have observed, so JavaScript is also exiting line by line. So as like HTML.
Shiva, it's an document.write or window.write
So it is document
for
dot write.
421.
It is document dot
Okay,
write.
not window.write.
It is not window dot write. I have done like that, but it is document dot write.
Okay, okay.
So for
Okay, okay,
HTML also we are using documents, and here also we need to write the document. You can think like that. So it means that we are managing this page, HTML page.
Okay, okay.
So what you have observed from this lines of code, so JavaScript will execute the code line by line, right?
Yes.
So first it will do this one, learning different ways. So after that it will print in the console. So it will call the that one, and it will call this one, and after that at last we are seeing the print. So I'm refreshing the page again. So if you see alert is coming, and after that to showing okay, it is like completing in a sequence of time. So but we are able to see like all the things one after other. It means that the output code will also execute line by line. Okay.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
So and for the commenting the code in the JavaScript, it is also like simple one. We can select the content, and we can use the forward slash control plus forward slash. It means that so we are commenting the code in the JavaScript. So we can click on this control plus slash again, so that comment and uncomment will happen. So if you want to select multiple lines, then we can select with the help of the cursor like this. So after that we will learn about the variables in JavaScript, and after that we will stop this concept. Okay. So variables in JS, and I want to create a HTML file. So you can create a different names also, variables.html also, it will work. So I'm using this index.html, means whenever we want to keep this file in the server. So at that time we can, it will take only index only. Variable.js. So I have created a two names like variables.html and CS. So the HTML, shift exclamation, variables. So the script tag with the src variable.js. So click on the live server again. So it will open. So like it is variables is open, and we can write a h1 tag so that these things will be shown better. Variables. So like we already know, like we can check these things also, whether JavaScript file is working perfectly or not. So like we are able to see like it is working perfectly by using the alert. We can confirm, and we can click on the inspect and go to the console to see the things also. So for creating a variable, there are certain rules are there. So why we are using variables? So variables are used to store information in the format like string, number, boolean, arrays, objects, undefined, null. So we will discuss about the things later. So but you can think like the variables are used to, our variables will help us to store information. So like different types of data, string, number, boolean, arrays, objects, undefined, null. Okay, is this point is clear?
Yes, sure.
Yes.
And after that, so you can create a variable names. There are, for creating the variable names, there are three different things that we need to follow. So means, so variable names should always starts with letters or underscore or dollar. So with the help of the three things only, we have to create the variables. So either we have to use the letters, or we have to use the dollar symbol, or we have to use the underscore. And variables names should not start with a number. So these are the two rules are there. So means whenever you are creating a variable, so it should always start with the letters. So capital and small letters, you can create any name with r, underscore r, or dollar. So there are three ways are there. So I am creating some of the variables, and you have to say whether it is valid variable name or not. Okay.
Hello.
Yes.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello. like I'm creating like a favorite food. So I created a variable like this. Is it a valid variable or not?
Yes.
Uh,
Yes. Right.
it's okay.
Correct.
Dollar, uh, like our laptop name. So is it like a valid name or not?
Yes.
And Srikanth, you have to answer also. So underscore our name.
Yes, sure.
So it is variable valid name or not?
Yes. Valid.
Valid.
Yes.
Is it valid name or not?
No, it's not.
No, no. It's
It
a number.
number. Okay, it is starting with number. It is not a
Valid.
valid variable name for creating the variables. So if I'm using like a class 5, so is it like a valid name?
No.
Yes.
So like
Yes.
I'm saying that, so the starting letter starts with. So
That
means
letter. Yes, yes.
Yes, it's
some
valid.
within a, so it is valid. So
It's a valid one.
so if you are using any symbols like percentage or multiplication star symbol, hash symbol, anything that we created that is not a valid. So I'm creating like a percentage uh, my name. So I'm creating a variable like this. That is, it is not a valid.
Valid. It's not a variable.
It's not valid.
Hmm.
So favorite food is valid, valid,
Valid. Valid.
valid,
Not valid.
valid,
Valid.
valid. So there are we have to follow these two lines only for creating the variables. So like we know how to create a variable names, then how to store the data. So I have already tell you that variables are used to store information. So like a strings, number, boolean arrays like this. So now we will discuss about these three things only, and we will discuss other things later. Okay. So
Yes.
I'm creating a variable name. So like simple like my name and equal to I want to store. If you want to store anything, then you have to use equal to. Okay. Shivakumar. So like I'm storing Shivakumar in the variable name my name. So if I'm printing this console.log of my name, so like we are able to see right Shivakumar.
Yes.
So we are able to store the string data type inside this one, and phone number I have taken a variable like a. So I'm doing like this since we
But
have
should we not declare it now means
even
const
if you are not.
variable?
So even though if you are not declaring any without any variable, it will work. So and we will learn about why we need to declare a variable. So if you are not declaring variable, what will happen? We will learn all the things by using varlet and const keywords. So variable, those are
Hmm.
variable types. So first of all, I'm telling like how to create a variable and how to store the data inside the variable. And after that, we will learn about the different types of variables. So here, my name is a variable. So and we can declare this my name variable with different ways, like var, let, and const. So we will discuss that in tomorrow class. So I don't want to confuse you. I want to teach in a simple way. Okay. So that if you are strong in the basic parts, so then you are able to do all the things easily. So I'm like using a phone number equal to using a random number. So it is like a valid name, right? Writing console.log dollar phone number. So it is also working. So and I can bro, it is recording. Please wait for 3 minutes. It will. So and we can create a variable names by using the dollar also, and I can take like a Alright. So like I'm writing each student is equal to false. Console.log $each student false. Dollar is employed equal to true. Console.log $is employed. So it is like a true. So we are able to show the different types of data like strings, numbers, booleans. So the true and false are like booleans. So if you are storing the data inside the double quotes, then it is called a string. So if you are storing the data directly, then it is a number. So if you are storing the data in the format of true and false, then it is called boolean. Okay. So like since these are valid variable names, we are able to show the data and we can use the data whenever we want. Since we have already stored in this variable, we can use these variables at any time we want. So it will, whenever we call this variable, so it will print that data. So it will give that data. Okay. So and the
Yeah. Okay.
so and we will so like we can show the other forms like arrays, objects, and if and all also, and we will discuss them later whenever we need. So as of now, we can store different types of data inside a string, inside the variables, and we are doing the same here. And in tomorrow class, we will learn about this var, let, and const. So and we will learn about what is the need of that. Okay.
Okay.
So like it is like
Okay.
now it is completed. I want to stop the class. So I have recorded this class also. As I don't know whenever it is I will upload this one. So but I will share this video with you for reference. So I'm uploading this code also. Then I will like to share this GitHub repository with both of you. So and you can refer this one also. After this 1 hour of class, is JavaScript is difficult one or easy one?
Easy.
Very easy, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and we are learning all the concepts like this only.
I'm noting down in my book also actually. Because of that, I'm replying late.
Okay, no problem.
Shiv,
So what is,
actually, I want to learn React format validations mostly.
we want to learn React format validations, right?
Yes, that
So,
our senior now that has done. Means that validation is very high level validation she has done.
okay.
So I
So
want to
like,
learn.
so first of all, we need
I
to learn the basic ones. So first of all, we
yeah.
need to learn like how to work with the basic ones, and after that we can convert that one into the like advanced.
Yes.
So there is no problem in that, or you can watch videos that are available in the YouTube. So but you are not getting good
With
idea
the
like how to
help
do.
of JavaScript, we can design that login form now, means which is saving in the backend like that.
Like we can do anything with the JavaScript, but Create is like a framework. So if you are doing like we are able to manipulate the screen, we can call the data from the backend. So we can able to manage the CSS and we can do all the things with the JavaScript. So but the problem is like so React is like a framework that is on the top of the JavaScript. So we can manage the JavaScript easily. Like we can manipulate the screen easily when compared to the JavaScript. We can manipulate the screen easily with React.js, and we can apply the CSS easily with React.js.
Also, one question is there that TypeScript and jQuery, what is the difference in between that? Because they are using some means some code which like check boxes and something.
I
Some
will
code is written in the jQuery.
so like I will tell. So like the
With
TypeScript is like so we are already
Mhm.
defining the variables like, so we have created some of the variables. So like my name, phone number, each student, and each employed. So and we are storing in the variables. We are storing different types of data, but we are not telling which type of data that we want to store. Okay. So if you want
Means
to if we want to tell so which type of data we want to store inside the variable, then we have to use the TypeScript. So means
Okay.
so we can like if you are where or we can take salary equal to 10,000. So and if you are telling the expenses equal to string with 3,000.
Hmm.
So at that time like salary or extra hours work, extra salary or anything you can call. So if you are combining like a taking a variable like a total salary which is like a salary plus extra salary. So console log of total salary. So then see the output. So like it is giving a different number, all right?
Yes.
So even it is like a string, so but we are not able to do the things. If you are, so we can convert easily with the help of the JavaScript. We are able to easily convert the things. So like if you are the total salary is like this one. So like it will create so many problems like right. So instead of giving
Yes.
the 13,000, so he has to give this money. So he need to deposit this money to his bank account. So after depositing the money, so he has to do so many work. Sometimes his money will come, sometimes the person will not give this money, so or he will withdraw this money. So many problems will create. So if you're doing like the things with the help of the JavaScript, so if you're defining that, so like this is a string, so or this is a number. So with that we are able to so we are able to tell like this is a string, this is a number, so that whenever the developers or if you are adding the two strings or string with a number, so it will not allow us to do. So in TypeScript, so it will like a secure
Yes.
environment we can create. So if you are saying that if each student is equal to true or false, you want to store the data in the format of booleans. So if you are storing anything also, it will work. So like a variable. So but TypeScript will not allow us to do that type of things. So that is the one of the advantage of the TypeScript. So TypeScript means it is like a type checking. So type checking is nothing but data types. So yeah, here we are saying the data is in the format of dynamic nature. So we can save the data like a string format data. We can save the number data format. Then we can say booleans and we can say errors. We can store all type of data. So like it is like the JavaScript will assign the variable can store the variable like a dynamic data types. So for that, if you are using the TypeScript means we can like the errors will like come like we can write a clean code or we can like reduce these bugs. So it is just safe. So when it comes to the jQuery, so it is like a so we in the jQuery also we are doing the same thing, like we are manipulating the HTML and CSS. So but with the help of the jQuery. So jQuery is like using the dollar symbol at the starting. So in HTML, what we are doing, we are using document.getElementById, right? So like showing the outputs in
Yes.
the documents, we are using document.getElementById. So they are using dollar. So like they are using the different syntax, but doing the same thing. So in jQuery, there are like some inbuilt functionalities are there, like animate, fade, so are like show, hide. So different types of things are there with the help of the delay. So if you are using those
In our
things,
project, mostly they are using that dollar hide and for pop-up that opening giving ID like that code.
I will show
Mostly.
the jQuery and W3 Schools. So we can do the animations also, like a simple animations. jQuery tutorials. So like hide and show. So for doing the hide, we need to use, instead of document get element by ID, we need to use dollar, and we can add the functionality like this, like a dot click. So whenever we click on this, so like we are targeting this hide title. So as means ID with title. So clicking on this one. Straight. Okay. So we have like something is there in the button with hide and show. So if you want to target this one, like if I want to click this button, so we have like dollar document dot ready. So document dot ready is like this one is like a ready one. I don't know the exact one. So after that we are calling this one. Whenever the JavaScript file is loaded, so it will execute these lines of code. The document dot ready, it is like a self-invoked function. So after these lines of code will execute automatically.
Okay.
So means, so if you are clicking, we are selecting this hide button. So by using this dollar and a hash ID. So in CSS we are using the ID document get element by ID. Here they are using hash hide. They are selecting this one. I'm saying that for this click operation they are using this dot click and the function. So and the function inside this one. So they are passing a function inside the click. So means whenever the click is happening, so whenever I click this one, so it means that this function will do. So what the function will do? So it will execute these lines of code. So it will select the p tag. So it is like a p tag, and it is telling that do hide functionality. Okay, and do the same
Yes.
for the show also. When clicking on the show, p has to be show. This hide and show are like a inbuilt functionalities that is available in the jQuery. So $p. So clicking on the show, we are able to show this one, and clicking on the hide, we are able to hide this one. So in this way, like jQuery will work. So like we need to do some practice for this one. So like a fade in, fade out. These are the methods that are available. So we can click on this one. So document ready it is like a common like. So like it is invoking automatically, and these lines of code will execute.
Yeah, means they are using directly.
It is like using directly. So and we can tell like,
Yeah.
so when clicking on this button, like we have a button in the HTML. When clicking on this button, so this functionality will work. So what this functionality will tell? So first div fade in, first div fade in with slow, fade in with 3000. So let us see the output. So and we can change this things also like 5000. So fade in will like I need to run again. So it will like fade in within like a second or like this. The fade in is like a second slow. It is like a we can pass the milliseconds also. So in this way the jQuery will work, but so we can do this type of functionalities in with the help of the JavaScript like React.js also, or with the help of the CSS, JavaScript or anything. So but these are the inbuilt functionalities that are available in the jQuery. So it is easy to use, and some persons are using this jQuery. So but in React, so we don't need, if you want to use you can use, or if you don't want to use don't want to use. So it is up to us. So like at the animate, so if we want to do some animations we can do. So like a stop is there, so sliding. So these type of things we will do with this help of the jQuery. So and we can add the classes also. So we can remove the classes append, prepend, after, before. So the append will add the text to this paragraph tag, p tag, append text. So for this p tags we are appending some text. So it is telling like this, append text. So append item, append text. This text will append, this text will append for the order list and for the p tag. So like we need to learn by our own for the jQuery. So it is depending upon you, like whatever you want to learn. So like it is also like a simple one. So the things are like a effects are there. So like if you want to manipulate this HTML CSS, we have to do this one. And
No,
we
actually, I was asking like that. Some developer mixing the code, means not
So like
using the proper code. Yeah,
so
right.
like it is not, it is also proper way to include the jQuery. So it is up to you, like whether you want to use it or not. So with the help of the jQuery also we can do this type of functionalities, but it is difficult to do. So like
Mm.
in jQuery there are some inbuilt methods are there. If you want to add anything, or if you want to add the content to the beginning of the selected elements, then with the help of the jQuery we can select that item easily, and we can like add this content. So we can change easily by using the jQuery. So for the animations also, if you want to do this type of animations,
Mm.
so like it is the easy one
Mm.
that is available in the jQuery. So if you want to do this one, you want to use, or if you want to, if you don't want to use,
Mostly jQuery is for animations and some like that.
so because there are so many things that are available in jQuery, but it is like for the hide and show and toggles, fade, slide. So this will look like a animations. So these effects will look like a
Mm.
animation. So the fade is also looking like animation. So instead of opening it directly, so it is like opening like a fading some animation. So the for the slide also, so instead of opening the item directly, so you're opening the item so with some delay or some type of animation. So you can tell like we can use it for the effects. So and we can use it for manipulating the HTML also. We can add this attribute attribute values. We can remove the attribute values. So like there are other things are also there, okay, but these are not very useful. So many developers will use it
Mhm.
for the effects only.
Yes, yes.
I've put on the jQuery.
Okay, yeah.
So like anything that want to discuss, or let us.
Mm.
So for the Srikanth, do you have anything that you want to
It's
discuss?
okay for today.
For
No, Shiva. As of now, actually, this is starting of my day actually for JavaScript. So I don't know. I don't know anything actually.
so like if you have any doubts, like you are able to understand or not, like you have also doubt, right? So whether you are able to do or not.
Yeah, I
Uh,
can do it actually. Because the console and screen, the types of formats you shown
okay,
before in output,
okay.
so
So
I can do that actually. But I don't know the deep knowledge in that JavaScript queries and all.
yeah, I will explain all the things. No need to worry about this, and we will learn all the concepts within short time. So and I will try to complete the most of the things that are there in the JavaScript. So which will help us to create the interview by yourself only. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Then, like if you have any doubts, you can ask. Otherwise, we will.